To start using the app, we first need to add students. Let's add our first student. His name is Alex. You can enter his phone number. You can also add a date of birth. It will appear in the calendar, so you won't forget to congratulate the student on their birthday. Next, the lesson price. Default prices for individual and group lessons are set in the settings. However, sometimes you might agree on a custom price with a specific student. This field is for those cases. You can also assign a color to the student. This color will appear in the schedule, making it easier to navigate. Done, our first student is created. Now let's add a second student. Let's say his name is Michael. In addition to individual students, the app allows you to create groups for group lessons. Let's create our first group. I'll name it Junior Group. You can also choose a color for the group. Now, let's add our two students, Alex and Michael, to this group. All done, the group is created. Once we've added students, we can move on to creating a schedule. To add a lesson, select a time slot and tap the plus icon in the top right corner. Alternatively, you can tap and hold the desired time slot. When creating a lesson, you can specify the start time, the duration, the format, group or individual, and select a student or group. Let's create a lesson for Alex. Done. The lesson is added. Alex will have lessons twice a week, so let's add another one, for example, on Thursday at the same time. We select Thursday and choose Alex. The app immediately shows a helpful note. Alex already has a lesson on Monday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Very convenient. Done. The second lesson is added. Now, let's create a lesson for our group. Let's say it's on Friday, and the duration is 90 minutes. Done. All lessons are scheduled. Now we can view schedule analytics. Here, we can see the number of students in the schedule, the average lesson price, the total number of lessons per, and the projected weekly revenue based on the current schedule. You can also see revenue broken down by weekdays. Additionally, the schedule can be printed or saved as a PDF. Once the schedule is set up, you can start working with the lesson journal. This is the app's main interface and the key tool for every tutor. At the top of the screen, you'll see a calendar. You can use it to select the date of your lessons. The calendar can be scrolled left or right, or you can choose a date using the built-in system calendar. All scheduled lessons automatically appear in the calendar as templates. This is designed to save you time, so you don't have to enter the student, time, and price manually every time. All this information is pulled from the schedule. Let's say today is Monday, and you just had a lesson with Alex. You open the app, find the lesson, and tap on it. You mark the status as completed. You can also enter homework right away, for example, study new vocabulary. The system is designed to minimize extra steps. By default, it assumes that the student attended the lesson. The lesson was not free, and it was paid. The price is automatically filled in first from the student's settings, and if none is set, from the app's default pricing. Done. The lesson template from the schedule now becomes a full journal entry. It's marked with a green check mark. Now let's say it's Thursday, and Alex has another lesson. You again mark it as completed. But this time, let's say Alex forgot to pay. In that case, you simply change the payment status to unpaid and the system will automatically record it as a debt. You'll also see the homework previously assigned on Monday study, new vocabulary displayed for reference. If the lesson was cancelled, you can set its status to cancelled. Such lessons are shown in Read on the calendar. You can also enter a cancellation reason. All cancelled lessons are saved in the journal for future reference. Group lessons work in exactly the same way. The only difference is that under attendance, you'll see all students in the group, and you can set individual statuses for each one. In addition to the standard calendar view hour-by-hour grid, there's also an alternative list view. This is especially convenient when you have several lessons in a day that are spread out over time. The list format lets you see everything at once without scrolling down. And one more thing, the calendar also displays student birthdays. On the correct day, a reminder will appear so you'll never forget to say happy birthday. In the Payments tab, you can view revenue for the current day, revenue for the week, and monthly statistics. There are also two additional sections for payments and debts. As you may recall, Alex didn't pay for one of his lessons, and now he has a debt. We can see that his current debt is $45. Go to Alex's profile and open the Debts tab. There you'll see the exact lesson for which the debt occurred. Let's say Alex brings the money. To record the payment, tap the entry, select Edit, and mark the lesson as paid. Then the debt is cleared, and the amount is reflected in the total revenue. Now let's talk about prepayments. If your students pay for lessons in advance, you can also track that in the system. For example, Alex pays $200 in advance. We enter the amount and add a comment, for example, prepayment for July. Then the payment is recorded. When you mark future lessons in the journal, the system will automatically deduct the cost from the prepayment. Let's say a new week starts and Alex attends a lesson. We mark it as paid with prepayment. His balance is reduced by $45. In the Prepayment tab in Alex's profile, we'll see total funds added to $100, and for example, $45 already used for a completed lesson. This information is also reflected in the Payments section, under Prepayment Statistics. This way, the app helps you keep track of both student debts and prepayments clearly and accurately. Now, let's take a look at the student's lesson history and schedule. When you open a student's profile, you'll find detailed information about the student, their schedule, and all past lessons. In this case, we can see that Alex has 2 individual lessons per week, and 1 group lesson on Friday in the junior group. In the Lessons tab, all of the students' lessons are shown in chronological order. Both individual and group lessons are included. To make it easier to read, individual lessons are shown with a light background, and group lessons, like the Friday ones, appear in dark color. This allows you to quickly see when and in what format a student had lessons. Now, let's quickly go over the main settings. You can enter your name or the name of your organization, studio, or classroom. This information appears on the printed schedule. Default less and duration. Select the default less and length to be automatically applied. On creating new lessons, it saves time. Start and end of day if you work, for example, only in the afternoon. There's no need to see a full schedule from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can set your working hours, for instance, to p.m. to 7 p.m. and only that time will be visible in the schedule and journal. Default pricing sets standard prices for individual and group lessons. For example, individual lesson $45, group lesson $30. These will be used unless a custom price is specified for a student. Birthdays. If you don't want to see birthday reminders in the calendar, you can disable this option. Appearance. Choose the app theme light, dark, or system default, which adapts to your device's theme. In our opinion, the dark theme looks especially nice. iCloud Sync. This section shows the current sync status with iCloud, whether everything is working properly or if there are any errors. Notifications. You can set up reminders for upcoming lessons. Choose how long before the lesson the notification appears. and enable or disable sound alerts. Data deletion if you want to clear old data, such as lessons from the previous year. You can delete records for a specific month. You can also reset the full schedule or wipe all app data completely. Security, here you can enable a passcode or face it. This protects your data from unauthorized access. Help if you have any questions. You can contact us via the help section. Just send us a message directly from the app. That's it. We hope you enjoy using the app.